Veterans, did you know the VA has updated its M21-1 manual reference as it pertains to duty to notify review by the rating activity? In today's video, I'm going to break down this update and also explain what is the rating activity. Make sure you stick around. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Dwayne. I got a video for that Kimball, United States Army veteran, retired VA rating specialist, and you know it, your VA claim nugget man. Before I get into today's video, make sure you go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and notification button. So, the VA has updated the M21-1 again. A few months ago, I started sharing videos where I was explaining these updates. And veterans said, Dwayne, make sure you continue to update us. So that's exactly what I'm doing. So today, the guidance for duty to notify review by the rating activity has been updated. So let's go ahead and get into it. Slide number 1. Here in slide number 1, you can see this is the email that I received last month. And if you are subscribed, you should have got this update as well. And we're going to look at the first citation, okay, right at the top. Change, updated guidance on duty to notify review by the rating activity. So when I get these people, I'll go through and I'll look at each one. I'm like, okay, I think, veterans might want to know this, veterans might want to know that, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, okay? Now, let me explain the rating activity right quick. I did a video, I think it was either early this year or late last year, where I talked about what is the rating activity. And I went to the M21-1 and shared some information about the rating activity. Basically, the rating activity is just raters, okay? That's all it is. When I rated for the VA, I was part of the rating activity. Now, you do have other adjudicators like decision review officers. They handle all adjudications for high-level review, and then you have some VSRs that adjudicate certain claims as it pertains to pension, okay? Especially if the veteran is a non-combat era veteran. But rating activity, I want you to understand, they're just talking about raters, all right? Let's keep going. Slide number 2. Here in slide number 2, this is where we're getting into the actual update, okay? And keep in mind, people, when you click on that citation that we just saw, it's not going to bring you to this page right here. You have to scroll all the way down to the bottom and you'll see change date November 17, 2025. And I explained this in another M21-1 update, okay? And once you click on that Word doc, this is what's going to come up, okay? You really need to know these updates, people, because sometimes they will pertain to you, sometimes they won't. Another reason why you need to know these updates is because if you have to do a high-level review and the VA employee did not follow this guidance, you can use this on a factual basis in your argument in that informal conference, okay? So again, people, the VA has given us the answers to the test. We just have to go out and find them, okay? Also, when you click on this link and this comes up, keep in mind, everything that is in yellow, the background is in yellow, they add it, okay? They add it to the citation. Everything that's in blue with a line through it, they removed it, okay? So you'll see change date, November 17th, 2025. They added this, okay? And it says duty to notify review by the rating activity. And it states the decision maker is responsible for ensuring that the Department of Veterans Affairs, VA's duty to notify, has been satisfied before processing to a decision. Use the table below to review the evidence of record and ensure VA's duty to notify requirements have been met. Now, they have a duty to notify you about things in certain situations, okay? And it says if VA receives a claim on the prescribed form. A prescribed form, for example, VA form 21-526, VA form 20-0995, VA form 21-8940 for IU. Now, this section, the only thing that they changed here in this particular section, not just in the citation, but this section right here, is they added this particular M21-1. Okay? Let's keep going. Slide number 3. Now, this is the same citation. I couldn't put everything on the same page. And here it says the form is subsequently complete, okay, to determine whether Section 5103 notice have been met under the guidance in this particular M21-1. You're probably asking, Dwayne, what do they mean by Section 5103? If you look at the first, I think 7 to 8 pages of the 526CZ, all of that information, okay, they're covering, that's the 5103 notice, because they're telling you, hey, if you do this or if you do that, this is what we have to do. They're telling you about different claims, especially special adaptive housing. I think individual unemployability is in there. FDC, fully developed claim, standard claim. They are breaking it down. It is a lot of information. You, the veteran, need to read it. Now, you go down to the second bullet comment in the notes. It says a notification letter providing the Section 5103 notice must be sent to the claimant if the claim was not filed on a 526EZ form. The EZ form did not provide the Section 5103 notice for the specific type of claim. They do that now. Okay, that's exactly what they're talking about. Duty to notify. When I first started rating, this is crazy. If you are a VA employee and you were VSR, RVSR, even a DRO, let's say back in 2009 or before then, all right? You remember those 5103 letters that the VSR had to send out. The veteran files a claim, and in that 5103 notice letter, they had every condition that you were claiming, right? If you are a VA employee and you remember that, leave me a comment in the comment section. It was crazy. A lot of people were getting errors because veterans were writing on a piece of paper, hey, you know, I'm claiming this, I'm claiming that, or they were just telling a story, and, you know, VA employees had to figure out in that story what the veteran was claiming, okay? And sometimes the VSR would get it right, sometimes the VSR would get it wrong. When it landed on the desk of someone in the rating activity, they were like, hey, you forgot to put this condition on there. So then they had to add it and send out another letter. Crazy. They don't do that anymore. They break a lot of this information down. When they say the EZ form, they're talking about the 526 EZ, okay? People, make sure you read that, okay? Now, has a reference section when the duty to notify has already been provided on the application form or through filing. All right, so I just discussed that, okay? Circumstances where a Section 5103 notice may need to be provided after a claim is submitted. They give you the M21-1 where you can research that as well, okay? Let's keep going. Slide number 4. Okay. Now, 38 CFR 3.159. Now, you all probably seen part of this 38 CFR as it pertains to something else, private DBQs and Nexus statements. It's a pretty large 38 CFR, but in this section, they're not talking about private DBQs, all right? It says when VA receives a complete or substantially complete initial or supplemental claim, okay? Supplemental claim is on the 0995, VA will notify the claimant of any information and medical or late evidence that is necessary to substantiate the claim. Now, if you did an intent to file, you need to be getting that whatever additional evidence yourself. Don't rely on the VA to do it. The VA does have a duty to assist. When you say, hey, VA, I want you to go out and get these progress notes from a private doctor, get it yourself, because if you ask the VA to do it, it is going to take a long time, and that means you're going to add months and months on to your claim, okay? And it states, in this notice, VA will inform the claimant which information and evidence, if any, that the claimant is to provide to VA and which information and evidence, if any, that the VA will attempt to obtain on your behalf of the claimant. That's what I just talked about, all right? So the key to this is 3 things I want you to keep in mind. 1, make sure you read pages 1 through 7 or 8 of that 526 EZ form, okay? A lot of veterans fail to do it, and guess what, people? The VA is providing the 5103 notice information in there, okay? Duty to notify review, and they're gonna review that entire 526. Yep, the veteran said this, the veteran said that. Oh, wait a minute, the veteran wants us to do this, or the veteran, didn't do that, or input this in that particular form. You need to understand that information, because something in pages 1 through 7 will pertain to you. You need to know what it is. So the VA has a duty to notify, the VA has a duty to assist, and depending on what you put in that claim, okay? Second, also in the 526 EZ, they ask, do you want us to go out and get information for you? Okay? I always suggest veterans do this themselves. Don't rely on the VA to do it, but if you want them to do it, that is an option. But just keep in mind, if you elect for that, you just added 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months onto your claim, all right? Now, the final thing, it talked about in this last slide that I showed you, the VA would ask for additional evidence, depending on what you put on that form. When you receive these correspondences in the mail, they're time sensitive. People, I'm gonna say it again, they're time sensitive. Just don't sit on this information. Make sure you read it a second time, you read it a third time, and ensure that you understand it, and whatever the VA is asking you for, get back to them, all right? Here's a quick example. The VA may think that in your statement, you're saying you want them to go out and get some evidence. So they're gonna send you a correspondence and attach a VA form 4142, authorization for medical release. At that time, if you don't want them to go get that evidence, you still have to respond to that. Just simply tell them, say, hey, I've already submitted all my evidence. I don't want you all to go out and get anything. Go ahead and push my claim to the next stage, all right? And that way they know, all right, the veterans made it clear they don't want us to go out and get anything. But also, I'm gonna leave you with this, people. 526 EZ form, 5103 notice, all that information is in there, okay? Duty, updated guidance on duty to review by the rating activity. So the rater has to look at that form and look at those different boxes that you checked or you didn't check or you completed, and then they have to move forward with that rating decision. They have to ensure that all the development was complete before they adjudicate that claim. With that being said, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and as always, share this video with your fellow veteran. Thank you.